Hello and welcome. My name is Alan and we are back for another video. This time I'm continuing with some of the more notable people from some of the towns in the area I'm from. We'll be looking at notable people from the town of Dryden, Virginia, and the town of Jonesborough, Tennessee. Let's look at Dryden, Virginia first. We have Pete DeBusk, having been born in Dryden. He is the owner and chairman of DeRoyal Industries, which is located in Knoxville, Tennessee. We have Jim Pankovitz. He is an American professional baseball coach, a former Major League Baseball infielder, and current minor league manager for the Lynchburg Hillcats. He did play in the majors for 318 games, 316 of them with the Houston Astros. And then we have C. Bascom Slimp, which is a pretty well-known name in this area because there's a lot of things named the C. Bascom Slimp this, the C. Bascom Slimp that. His full name was Campbell Bascom Slimp. He was an American Republican politician, a six-time United States Congressman from Virginia's 9th Congressional District from 1907 to 1923, and he was a presidential secretary to President Calvin Coolidge. And that is all we have here listed as notable residents from Dryden, Virginia. Now let's take a look at Jonesborough, Tennessee. Those born in Jonesborough. We have Walter Preston Brownlow, an American politician who represented Tennessee's 1st District in the U.S. House of Representatives from 1897 until his death in 1910. We have Moses H. Cone, who was an American textile entrepreneur, conservationist, and philanthropist of the Gilded Age, who was active in the southern United States. And he began his career in the sales and became an innovator who offered finished clothing, which was unusual for the era. But his work seemed to be out of Greensboro, North Carolina, even though he was born in Jonesboro. Next, we have James William Dedrick, an American attorney who served as Chief Justice of the Tennessee Supreme Court from 1876 to 1886. Prior to becoming Chief Justice, he was an Associate Justice of the court, having been elected to the bench in 1870. Next, we have Alfred Eugene Jackson. He was a farmer and merchant and founder of the East Tennessee and Virginia Railroad. He served in the Confederate Army during the Civil War and was the only general on either side from Washington County, Tennessee. During the nearby Battle of Limestone, Tennessee, his troops captured approximately 300 soldiers from the 100th Ohio Infantry, along with their Enfield rifles and ammunition. And the local chapter of the Sons of Confederate Veterans in that area is named after General uh, Alfred Eugene Jackson. So, yeah. Next is Andrew Jackson, the 7th President of the United States. He was an American soldier and statesman, and he served as the 7th President of the United States from 1829 to 1837. And he had also won fame as a general in the U.S. Army and had served in both houses in the U.S. Congress. He's well known for winning the Battle of New Orleans during the War of 1812. And that was Andrew Jackson. Next is Thomas Amos Rogers Nelson. He was an American attorney, politician, and judge, active primarily in East Tennessee during the mid-19th century. He represented Tennessee's 1st Congressional District in the U.S. Congress from 1859 to 1861. And he was a pro-unionist. A lot of people assume if you're born in the South, you are automatically pro-Confederate, which is not true. East Tennessee was an area, along with just the whole area, Southwest Virginia, East Tennessee, um, Eastern Kentucky, Western North Carolina, this whole mountain part of the South, it was kind of torn. There were a lot of people who did not want secession. Why secede? It served them no purpose. Don't get me wrong, there are people who did want to secede, but there was a lot more problems with that here in this area. I mean, the whole state of West Virginia became a state during the Civil War because the state of Virginia itself seceded. Because, like I said, in this area, it was kind of a split. Not everybody was pro-Confederacy. Some were. So, the most you usually saw that were pro-Confederacy were the big slave owners, which tended to be in the more agrarian areas. Here in this area, we grow gardens. Our own gardens, own farms, but it's not like big plantations like they had. It's usually self-sufficiency was the name of the game. So, but anyway, that was Thomas Amos Rogers Nelson. And lastly, we have David Curtis Stevenson. He was a convicted murderer and rapist. And in 1923, he was appointed Grand Dragon of the branch of the KKK in Indiana and head of the Klan recruiting for 7 other states. His convictions had come in Noblesville, Indiana, in 1925, of the second-degree murder and rape of Madge Oberholzer. So yeah. But that, once again, was David Curtis Stevenson. But that's everybody from Jonesborough. Anyway, as always, educate thyself, think, read, study, learn. If anybody tries to make a claim and you have trouble believing it, ask them to cite their sources. They need to be able to prove their proclamations, honestly, especially in this age. But I'll see you all in the next video. Until then, later.